Hey, this is Notser, and this is the Tier 8 American destroyer, Benson. She has 5 127mm guns, 10 torpedoes, 33 AA defense rating, a surface detect of 6.4 kilometers top speed, 38 knots, total health 15,400. For my modules, reduced crit chance on main armament, improved aiming accuracy, reduced crit chance on propulsion, improved acceleration, concealment. For my commander, situation awareness, faster torpedo rearm, and last stand. We are on the map Ocean, and it's been a while since I've shared a game in the Benson. In fact, I think the last time I shared a game in the Benson, the US destroyer line had not received the torpedo range buff. I think at the time I had just purchased the Fletcher, and it didn't receive the torpedo change. Everything below it got one tier higher though. And now you could outrange your torpedo systems effectively in the Benson. And that's exactly what I intend to do in this game. And give you my thoughts. Now I'm running acceleration because acceleration's really good for destroyers. I think it's pretty obvious it was designed for destroyers in mind. But that doesn't mean only destroyers will make use of it. I really like it in my US cruiser line. The only skill I would say is a little awkward for me is the reduced crit chance on propulsion. I had that because I did not have last stand. And that's why my commander's a little awkward. Now we get to the sea point and an enemy Hatsuharu shows up. So I'm going to engage him as long as he's visible. I do one extra shot, maybe another, probably not going to hit the target. So I'm going to send my torpedoes in an effort to maybe hit them. And we're going to leave the area because that's exactly what they have done too. Just assume that a player is playing competently. They're going to send torpedoes at a smoke location. But you notice I was capturing in the last moments I was in the capture point. Now there's something else there. An enemy Hatsuharu. Now if I wasn't reading the map correctly, I would assume this is the Hatsuharu that I was engaging previously. But it's not. The last known position has told me that one is still hidden. And we're doing pretty good. We knock out his propulsion. And it doesn't look like he has last stand. A lot of Japanese overlook this skill because they are so greedy for that torpedo rearm. But it does you no good if you're dead. He had to use his damage control because propulsion being knocked out is a death sentence for a destroyer. He had to use his smoke as well. So those are two big cooldowns that he probably would have had if he had last stand. Now, my torpedo's not successful. Clearly, right? Missed completely. Here come torpedoes. Ooh. We're going to make sure we don't hit him. I don't actually need to adjust my speed. I could just adjust my heading, and we're gravy. Enemy Alba is continuing pushing forward. Very bold, my friend. Very bold. Torpedoes are still down. The team is not looking good. Everyone is afraid to push forward. This is those games that you loathe, right? Nobody wants to take points. The destroyers are too passive, and they don't take advantage of openings in the enemy's defenses. Why don't we have a destroyer going for B? I could probably have done that. But I was committed to this flank. I was here first. I'm trying to hold them back, maybe kill them, send torpedoes. The standard procedure, right? The enemy smoke dissipates, and now we gotta know, where is he gonna come from? Are they gonna show themselves? They shouldn't. I send my torpedo against the Alba. Maybe I'm gonna hit him, maybe not, but I do give ground, so I'm not detected. The friendly cruiser, yes, the friendly cruiser, leaves the flank. I don't blame him. This is a bad flank to be at. It appears one of the enemy destroyers that was over by sea. It could be a completely brand new one, though. I mean, there are 5 enemy destroyers. It's very scary. But myself, the friendly destroyer right next to me, we are made to take them down. Counter them very hard. So don't be afraid of that. Oh, more torpedoes. Just caught sight of that icon as I was zooming in, so I zoomed out to make sure, okay, we're not going to hit it. And it looks like the original Hatsuharu is the culprit for capturing B. Notice his last known position is still on the minimap by C. So I decide, okay, it's risky, but it's worth it. If we could take this guy out, it's one less enemy destroyer, His propulsion's knocked out, so I compensate. I missed with the first salvo, but I didn't really compensate on that one. Now we do. We knock it out again. I didn't catch that he repaired it, but it's certainly broken now, and he's dead in the water. This is a huge mistake to not have last stand. It's basically required. I would highly recommend you don't go after anything other than last stand until you've received your level 5 and concealment, because you're a destroyer. You take concealment. That's the only thing you take. And 14 health. Oh, are we gonna get the kill? We do get the kill. And the torpedoes are right on target with the Alba. The Alba looks like he's gonna avoid one. He does avoid one. We do hit one. It causes a flood. And he puts the flood out. So, we're doing okay on kills, not on captures. It appears the enemy team has grouped up over by B. I'm gonna try and go for C, because it doesn't look like they are over there. Plus, I could send torpedoes against that enemy Nagato. The Nagato is a very strong tier 7. I would say it's got to be top 3, easily. So if I could take him out, maybe he's unaware. This is a situation where he would say, I'm detected by that cruiser. It's not a real easy tell that a destroyer is in the area and potentially torpedoing them. It's the perfect opportunity for the ambush. And my next set is about to come up, and we, of course, are going to use it. My thought process was, if I'm detected and he wants to fire on me, more power to him. That's a salvo that is used for my ship versus someone else who's much easier to hit. Plus, he could lose sight of the torpedoes and take them and die. However, it does look like he has seen my torpedoes and is trying to angle away from the attack. But I don't know that it's going to be enough. I think we're going to hit at least one, if not two. And only one. We cause a flood. He puts it out, of course. He had one fire, maybe two. I'm just going to continue to fire on him. I want to bait him into engaging my ship. And you might say that's a little crazy, Notser. This is the sort of thing you need to do to help your team win the game. We've already knocked out 4 enemy destroyers as a team, which is a huge, huge advantage. There's only one left. It's pretty easy for me to dodge, or at the very least, take a salvo away from a friendly that really does need that protection. And I would love, there we go. We set the target on fire. He is going to die because he's used his damage control. And we get the kill. Fantastic. Nobody else is in range to detect my ship. I can freely go into sea and take the base. Now, at this point, I was a little annoyed by my escort. I felt like they weren't doing as much as they could for the team. I was on this flank the entire time. I was trying to stall it out and eventually take the base, which we will. But even in this moment, where it's obvious nobody's by sea, the escort is still sailing directly at my ship. They're not thinking for themselves. It's completely fine to escort someone. In fact, they appreciate it, but you need to think for yourself in every situation. You can't just blindly follow someone. And more times than not, my escorts are blindly following me because of probably they recognize me. They know, oh, I could be in a video if I'm near this person. That's completely fine, but think for yourself. C obviously doesn't have any protection anymore. We've taken them out, so go for C. This enemy, Arizona, is obviously overextended. We need to take him out. Everyone who can fire on him should fire on him. And you need to fire the right ammo in the right situation. A low caliber destroyer is not really going to have success with AP at this angle. HE is really the only option. And I'm trying to make sure that it hits the superstructure and sets the target on fire. We do have one fire on him right now. He probably would put it out if he could. However, he's in between, what, 4, 5, 6 ships. Friendly does big damage, and he puts out the fire. So now we have to reset the fire, hoping that I can hit parts of the ship that haven't fully absorbed. There are parts of the ship that just won't take any more damage. You really want to avoid super blackened parts of the ship. That is basically a part of the ship that will not take any more damage. You need to spread that love all over the ship, and the love gets the kill. We take out the Arizona. there are three things I could do in this moment. I could pursue the battleships, I could go after that Hatsuharu, or I could take B. I decide I'm not going to take B. I'm going to get my escort to take B. And even in that moment, he looks like he wants to follow me. Take B. It's the best option for you. You're farther away from the target. I feel comfortable hitting this shot. Not every destroyer is experienced enough to hit these shots, and apparently I'm not experienced enough to hit these shots, but eventually we rein in our shot, and now we should be doing some pretty good damage. I knock out his propulsion, which is fantastic. It appears that he is also someone who does not have last stand, because he's sort of just slowing down into a circle. And in this circle, we are leading the target as he's coming out of the turn, so to say. We got it elevated slightly, and just a very small lead because his propulsion's knocked out. Friendly gets the kill, which is satisfactory, I guess. I'm going to send my torpedoes against the enemy battleship, and his guns are now looking at me, so free damage all around. Trying to hit the superstructure, which, let's face it, isn't very hard on a Tirpitz. It's just massive. And every time we do, it looks like we're getting 1,000 points of damage, give or take, which is really awesome. Now, my torpedoes are not going to hit the target, and he has 2 fires set. Let's see if we can get a third. So I'm going to try and move my guns forward of the position, hit it in the front. He has put out the fire, so he is immune, so it doesn't really matter. Just need to finish off the target. Who's going to get the kill? Someone else gets the kill. Okay, okay. That's okay with me. 1 enemy left. And someone recognizes me, which I really appreciate. And he said, torpedoes, that sneaky slime. You evil battleship. Oh. That did a number on my ship. Well, I went from being in full control of the game to not so much. But you know what? You can't be afraid of losing your ship. You gotta go after him, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do so much damage that he's gonna want to kill me. And initially, we're doing pretty good. We've done about 2k every salvo. Now, some of you might be wondering, why are you doing so much damage? Well, it's broadside, so it's the largest part of the ship. Most of the shells are making contact, but also, this ship has not taken any damage. And a ship that is fresh, that lacks any damage done, you usually are going to do a lot of HE damage or AP up front. There's just more health on the target. Are you kidding me? I even angled away. I was very neutral and he hits the shot. Whatever, right? Chicks dig scars. That's all you gotta say, right? Everyone, oh yeah. Yeah. It also helps that there's no way we're gonna lose the match. The Tirpitz does look like he's in a real fight though. Look at the secondaries, both sides going off. He fires on the friendly farragut. Friendly torpedoes are incoming. They miss. He misses. He misses the 600 health farragut. That's not fair. He hits the 2,000 health destroyer, the Benson, that was angled away. Yeah, I'm not bitter. Not bitter at all. It was a good game though. We helped our team win the game and the flank. Got first blood, 3 kills, 2,151 base XP, 89,000 points of damage, most of it in our main battery. I hope you enjoyed seeing the Benson. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll catch you next time.